2025 Queen of the Bands category. And bringing to the stage our first contestant from the Toronto Revelers Paradise, Escape Your Reality, band leader Jamal McGlaw. This is Pika, Queen of Paradise, portrayed by Sienna Williams. Sienna Williams. Shauna, I see how it's spelled. This is Pika, Queen of Paradise.
In this paradise where nature dazzles with unexpected wonders, the peacock reigns as a rare vision of elegance and grace. They strut with a quiet confidence, embodying beauty that feels almost dreamlike. The queen is watched over by her majestical peacocks as she reigns in this paradise. The peacock queen enchants with her delicate charm. Her birds are a symbol of uniqueness, femininity, and quiet power. The queen of the peacocks embodies that of her peacocks. With tail fans in vibrant iridescent colors, these birds remind us that standing out can be both bold and breathtaking. This costume was inspired by the late Arnold Hughes, designed by Charisse Poonall, built by Shane Dykson, and decorated by Charisse Poonall and the Williams family and associates. It is made out of fiberglass, aluminum, gems, handmade patterns, and wire bending. Watch as the queen and her peacocks move elegantly through paradise. Toronto Revelers presents to you Shauna Williams, Peacock, Queen of Paradise.
It's a new life for me, yeah. It's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good.
welcome to the stage our second contestant from Saldana Carnival, Spirit of Carnival, with the band leader Louis Saldana. This is the spirit of the Merry Masquerader, portrayed by Michelle Reyes. Most of the year, the Merry Masqueraders are hidden in plain sight. She may not be obvious to others as she moves through the darkness, enveloped in a challenge of adult life. However, during the carnival season, the Merry Masquerader explodes onto the scene like a vibrant fireworks across a night sky. She sheds the layers of stress and blossoms as a brighter, more joyful version of herself. The spirit of carnival lives in the Merry Masquerader. This is the spirit of the Merry Masquerader, Michelle Reyes. This is Saldana Carnival, Spirit of Carnival. Once again, the spirit of the Merry Masquerader. The spirit of carnival. Once again, that was the spirit of the Merry Masquerader, portrayed by Michelle Reyes, the spirit of carnival, Saldana Carnival. And now coming to the stage, our third contestant, Tribal Carnival, the rebirth of innocence, with band leader Selena Susuhai. This is Talasa, Revenger of the Abyss, portrayed by Kanisha Edwards.
Tribal is Carnival.
Gave us everything. It fed us, healed us, carried us across generations. Once again, that was Tribal Carnival, the rebirth of innocence. Talasa, Revenge of the Abyss. And now bringing to the stage our next contestant from Epic Carnival, Culture, Our Stories and Celebrations, with the band leader Gerald Stretch Augustine. This is Rising Queen, portrayed by Courtney Augustine.
Epic Carnival.
portrayed by Courtney Augustine. Our next contestant is Lux Carnival, Seven Wonders of the Caribbean, with band leader Sharon Niles. This is Pride of Barbados. Oh, DK next time. Once again, Lux Carnival, Pride of Barbados. Two. Oh, you know, watchman, microphone's dying here. Once again, that was Lux Carnival, Pride of Barbados. And now coming to the stage, our next contestant from Carnival Nations, a jungle story.
Carnival Nations and their presentation of a jungle story brings you the gathering of the butterflies. This imaginative costume celebrates the annual gathering of the world's butterflies. When this event takes place, the animals of the jungle live in mutual harmony. The queen of the butterflies reigns over this period of calm and serenity. Portrayed by Tamara Alvin, designed and built by Kenny Foods. This is a gathering of the butterflies.
Our next contestants coming to the stage, Lavoi Mass. This is Africa with a band leader, Hayden Joseph. This is Queen of the Judgment and Dominion, portrayed by Karen Constantine. Lavoi Mass, Africa, Queen of Judgment and Dominion.
The wind carries the call to battle in the heart of Toronto, where cultures burn bright like fire in the soul. A fearless queen rises, the carnival queen. Her feathers blaze, the crown burns golden flame. Her step is command, her gaze a promise of victory. Behind her, armor dancers and masqueraders, wielding not swords, but color.
Give praise. Give praise to praise. Give praise. Give praise to praise.
Once again, Lavway Mass,
Thank you.
Queen of the Judgment and Dominion.
That's where my heart feels no pain. Take me home. Take me home. Take me Take away everything I own. Take away what I love to do. Just let soca music play, and I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Be okay. Be okay. Come festival, tell me up to get on, yeah. People jumping young and old. When the DJ put on our favorite song, yeah. It's something that we feel in our soul. We living and we jamming and we singing and we drinking and we thinking and we love it way more. I am so glad to be home. Take whatever, do whatever, say whatever. Just let it be more. Take away everything I own. Take away what I love to do. Just let soca music play, and I'll be okay.
Once again, Lavway Mass. Once again, Lavway Mass. That was Africa, Queen of Judgment and Dominion. Next up, with the band Costume Creators Cultural Arts, led by Wayne Sewell. This is Tropical Kalisco. This is Wings of Grace. Costume Creators Cultural Art. Wings of Grace. From the ashes of emotional trial and spiritual confusion, his burning emergence, soft yet strong, clothed in pink for compassion and purple. Once again, Costume Creators Cultural, Wings of Grace. And now bringing our final contestant for the Queen category. This is Freedom Mass Band, Jubilee, the Celebration, with the band leader, Joanna Grant. This is Dance Hall Queen, portrayed by Joanna Grant. Patrick, please. Dancehall is more than a genre. It's a revolution in rhythm and lifestyle, born from the heart of Kingston, Jamaica. It's the clash of sound systems under moonlight skies, the sway of waistlines on zip fence corners, and defiant fashion of coarse tops, gold chains, and gold pants. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dance Hall Queen, portrayed by Joanna Grant, Freedom Master.
Just feeling I'm feeling. Oh, Jalo, we will always believe you. Though you may think my faith is in vain, till Shiloh we chant Rastafari's name. No matter pressure me tonight, no matter pressure me tonight, God, we gonna kill us out tonight. We're gonna kill us out tonight, Lord. There ain't gonna be no fuss, and there ain't gonna be no fight. I need to back the box, everything is alright. I got all my dancing shoes, and my hair all appetite. There's a bit of the control tower, and the DJ on the mic. It's a rocket going on. Slew them up, be a feeling them a coming.
Freedom Master! Real pasa go on.
Listen, Toronto, you don't know this is Toronto Toronto, and I would love to introduce to you the only Jamaican mass band you don't know of Toronto Carnival. Freedom Mass Band. Yo, listen it, Caribana, turn up, Matana again.
Yeah. Lord, like the DJ get excitement too. Real pasa thing I go on. Love your freedom. Love the energy. So once again, that concludes our